Hey everyone, Andrew here with another Elite Dangerous video. Seems to be a pattern forming. Abby's very busy with work, so I get to fill in on some of her content. So today we're going to go through how you can accept a mission and then hopefully complete it. So let's go to the Starport Services, Mission Board again. And then I like to do combat missions. I have the most fun in combat missions in this game, so let's stick with that. You can see I've actually done a few things for a couple of factions in this system, so let's see what they have. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here we go. Assassinate Deserter Ed Canning. So a couple things to notice here. You can see I've selected at the top. We'll kind of go through that real quick, show you what I did. So right now, all the characters, the different factions in this system have missions, and you can essentially work with one, work with another, work with several, kind of pitch them all against each other. And then they'll have different missions of like some of varying difficulty and payment. There is icons on the left that kind of give you an example of team missions versus high threat, and then some pay in really good reputation. Some give you some influence over them. And then in addition to that, they kind of talk about sort of right under the text, you can see the amount of credits you can earn, some material, and then a boost in reputation from that group as well. Then on the right-hand side of the little chart that I have selected here, that row, it tells you where the mission will take place. So I'm in the Chumanda system, so many of these actually happen here, like one faction trying to kill the other sort of situation. I'm not interested in joining in on that, but what I am interested in doing is going out of this system and then figuring out where this deserter is. So this is for 3 million. It is a team mission, so it might be tricky. I see this one here for 23 million. That would be super great. I do suspect, though, I would have to go against, seek and destroy 42 ships. I would definitely need some friends to do that one at first, so we'll have to wait on that because it's just me right now. But I think we can go after this guy. Assassinate Deserter Ed Canning. So we click into the mission, and we see the Frigga Gold Netcoms Limited need us to assassinate the deserter Ed Canning from Pottery Gold Mafia faction. So he's obviously with another group. This is a team mission. It's not illegal, so I don't have to break any rules. I have 23 hours to complete it. It's in the Pottery system, which is only 7.61 light years away, not super far. We'll do a quick jump and we'll be right there. My current jump range on the right, you can see, is 15. So we're fine. And just to confirm that, you can kind of go over here and go to the galaxy map. And then you can kind of see where, in relation to you are, that location is. And it is really quite close. So that's not too bad at all. Of course, and again, for those of you that are sort of new, Elite Dangerous is a simulation of the Milky Way galaxy with spaceships and all the fun stuff that comes with that. Kind of give you an example of what I mean as I zoom out. You can see the area I've operated in, but then you can see that there is far more you can go and explore. We'll just do a quick little zoom in here into like the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And we'll just pick a spot. Boom. Yeah, so as you can see, that's a lot of star clusters here. And each one of these, obviously, have been either discovered by like NASA satellites and then put into the system and all that fun stuff. It actually is really cool. You can essentially visit real places that we have seen with like the Hubble telescope and all the other fun things that space and NASA have brought us. So we'll get out of here. Enough about that. Let's try this mission. Worst case, it doesn't work well and we get killed, but I think we can solve it. It's got a threat level 8. Actually, it might be tricky, but let's see. I do have a new ship, so I'm excited to test it out and see just what its limits are, and this will give me a good idea. And besides, 3 million is not a small amount, so let's accept it. If I fail, things go south, that's fine. Who cares? I accept the mission. Great. Let's get out of here. So now we have accepted our mission. I'm just in the station right now. I can see it's in my transactions. We need to go there. Ooh, wait a minute. I forgot I did some work real quick. So before we go, let's get paid for something else. I was fighting in some combat work and made some kills. Let's redeem that before we go. Perfect. So there's at least 100,000 to keep. Okay, so we are out of here. I'm all filled up. I've filled my tanks. Everything's sitting good. So let's get out of here. We're going to auto launch. And from there, we will head to the, I think, the pottery system. Right now, like I sort of mentioned, I am in Gidzenko Ring. We'll launch out of here, and I always like to sort of switch the camera angle because I think it's pretty cool to sort of see the ship. I'm still pretty enamored with it. It's a new ship for me, and I just think it looks really cool. It's the crate, if I'm not mistaken, and you can see it's going through here. Whoop. We'll fall behind. Good deal. So back into that first-person mode. Let's zoom away from the station. Okay. As soon as we get out of mass lock, which you can see under our fuel tab on the right, we'll be able to make that jump. So let's get onto our targeting computer. Look under transactions, which is where all the missions we've accepted are. Select that. Let's figure out where they need us to go. Pottery's right there. So I just need to hold A, and now it is a targeted location for me. From there, it's just a navigational panel thing. So we can make that jump. I'm gonna get in line with it, so I know it's up here. Excellent. And let's charge our frame shift drive so we can jump to light speed and sort of get our jump move into that system. It does take a little bit to go. I'll put some more pips into my system and engines. That way these things can charge faster. Obviously, we could fly, I guess, all the way there, but it is light years away, so that would take some time. So what we're doing here is a jump. That jumps us to the system, not necessarily that individual location, but to that star, or the primary star in that system. And then from there, we'll fly around and figure out what we need to do. Ooh, I like the color of this sun. It is a little more like that white yellow than I'm used to. And right now we're just stationary, so we'll start flying. And we are looking... Oh, I don't need any fuel. We're fine. That's another really cool thing. We'll do a video about fuel scooping another time. Actually, we should probably stop for a second before we just get around this system. Let's see if we can't figure out a little bit more about this. So, scan a nav beacon in pottery or use a discovery scanner to locate the target signal source. So I don't do a ton of these, so this is a little bit new to me. What that means is over here, we need to set up some fire groups. So let's do that. So we've got our different scanners. I think we want our data link scanner, our comm scanner, and this. I always forget which one does what. So let's set the other two as 2 and just go down the list. So boop, boop. So the data scanner doesn't... Oh, press M to switch. What's that do? Nice. Okay, so we are looking for signal sources. Let's see if we can scan this thing to see if we can find him. Nope. Might not be close enough for that guy. I think it's this guy right here. We did the mission scan. That's our mission target. Let's head to that. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Mission target. Oh, it was there. Did I miss it? Yep, we're heading to that now. So as we sort of get closer to this, you can see on the left-hand side, our distance from that target is getting closer, but our speed is still outside of its bounds. And you can see that because there's an actual vertical line on the left-hand side here. See right there that we're coming closer to the distance. We're going to have to start slowing down so that way we can actually stop. There we go. Now my speed's staying in that space. And I can monitor my speed by keeping in the blue. So as long as I keep lowering my speed down, I will have a nice, safe drop into here and have no issues. So here we go. We'll line up with the target. And we're just a few light seconds away. Excellent. Our speed is Perfect. We're in that pocket now. Now we just need to get our distance correct, and then we'll drop out exactly where we want. I don't need this fire group anymore, so let's turn that off. And let us drop out. And I'm gonna get a little closer. Sometimes I like to play a little loose with this. And boop, there we are. So we disengaged. So now we are in this space. Oh goodness. Oh, it might have been a trap. Yikes. Oh boy. I think we better call out our friend.
Okay, Commander. Initiating SLF deployment.
Alright, let's see what's going on here. See if these are any of our targets or just some punks.
Fighter is clear of the mothership.
Looks like there's already a fight going on. And I forget who we're kind of looking for. We should probably read his name again. Ed Canning. I think that was him, right? Excellent. Oh, how lovely. We've targeted him right away. If he doesn't try to run, this will be very easy. Well, Ed, I have some unfortunate news for you. We're here to kill you. And he's in a wing of 3, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just targeting his different pieces. I don't want him to run. So we're going to target his frame shift drive. Alright, let's go after Ed now. Looks like he is right here. So I targeted his frame shift drive because he's in a specific bounty of mine, not just like a person I'm interested in, or like a, I'm sorry, not a person I'm interested in, not just like a general pirate. I really don't want him to escape. So I need to make sure whatever I sort of do with him, he either gets disabled really quickly, or we take out his frame shift drive so he can't do jumps to light speed. So we're going to do that. We are going to stay on him until his shields go down, and then we're going to target... Oh boy. And then we're going to... He's actually got a... Wow, he is ripping my shield apart. Oh, that's right, he's got a wing of 3. So you can see that there. It says in a team, 3 of 3. That means he does have friends. Fortunately, so do I. I have a little wing pilot there. So we'll stay on him. I love those lasers, though. I need to get new laser pillars. Those are tasty. We're going to do a quick boost to my shield. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just so that way I've got a little more. You can hear that little buzz. And my shield just jumped to 70. That'll buy us some time. But his shields are down. Our chain guns should make pretty quick work of him. So that's what you see happening here. There we are. Yeah, we're cutting him up now. Looks like he might try to run. No, he's turning back. Excellent. Alright, I'm putting some pips on the right into my weapons, so that way I have a little more power there, but you can see they overheat. We'll let that chill, and drop our turrets. 71, 60. Okay, yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good about our turret attacks on him. So I don't think we have to change up too much. It's just going to be more of that sort of waiting game. As long as we stay out of his wings, targets, and whatever things he was doing to melt my shields, we should be okay. But I would imagine at some point he is going to stay focused on us. We'll probably have to start taking some damage again. But right now... Oh yeah, here we go. He's jousting with us. So you can see how he pointed straight at us. Yeah, just like that. That's okay. That is okay. I'm aware of the kind of ship he has, so he has a slightly worse turning radius than I do. Not a massive one, though. We both are kind of in mini tanks here. Got him. Perfect. So, 400,000 right there from that bounty. That was excellent. That's just the bounty for this system. That's not even the mission. Let's see if we can find his friends and kind of join in on this, this area. Just kind of clean up. Get some extra points. This guy's wanted, love it. Okay, so we're gonna send our wing after them.
Copy that, Commander.
Yeah, there we go. We're targeting you now. So before we finish that mission, there's no real point to turn down some extra cash because there is a fight here and we've got some friends. We can stick around for a little bit and get some additional shots. So we'll do that now. Oh yeah, look at those guys just bumping about. This is kind of a really slow fight, which is really weird. Everyone's kind of floating about. Oh, that was a little quicker. But that's okay. I don't mind when it's not like a race, and everyone's here. So this is kind of cool. Yeah, this guy just keeps kind of going in a circle. So we've gotten some shots on him. I see his shields keep whittling down. Let's do a quick turn. And let's turn our flight assist back on. Now we go. We beat him. Oh, and then he put a chaff on. So what he's doing right there is he's essentially shooting out a bunch of little pieces of metal that are messing with my targeting. If I had a different set of guns, that really wouldn't be a problem, but I use what's called gimbaled weapons. So mine are kind of like a step under turrets. Essentially, they try to auto-target on whatever I'm targeting. It's not always great though, because they can be disrupted, and that's okay. Oh, he's running.
Jump away, Commander.
Yeah, we should have targeted his drive too. This guy I just sort of went for, so let's just see if we can get him. Yeah, he'll escape. What a bummer. That's okay. We still had some fun. Yep, he got away.
Enemy wiped out. Standing by.
Wiped out is a fun way to say it. Let's see if there's anybody else here, and then we'll bounce. So we actually completed that mission in record time. What do we got here? An Eagle? Oh, I would love to go after an Eagle, but I think it's the Federal Navy, so they're fine. Yeah. So that one guy was in a wing of 3. That's Federal Security. I think all the good guys are just here now. Perfect. Okay. Let's put our stuff away. And we are gonna get out of here. So we need to go back. And they will accept that back in Chumanda. So that's perfect. But we've been there already. It's that target right here. We'll retarget our location. Go to our nav. Chumanda. And let's engage the hyperdrive. So we just get in line with it. Probably ask us to rev up a little bit, so we'll just do that preemptively. Oh yeah, sorry, I left my fighter behind. That is okay. The actual pilot is safe in the ship. They were actually controlling that fighter remotely. They were not left behind and they did not die. We just lost a little spaceship. We have 15 remaining, so we're fine. Really not a big deal. And they're relatively cheap, given the fact that we're going to make about 3 million or whatever this was. So we're going to go over here on our stations, look for Gazenko Ring, engage that Super Cruise Assist, align with that target, and continue on. Now, of course, all of this does not have to be automatic like I'm doing it. You can do all of this manual. You can mix and match how you want to handle these things. I just prefer the sort of back and forth stuff, what I would call like space trucking. I don't get as excited for that. I really like the combat, but like if it's just gonna be me making sure I get on the highway here and head to that next location, that's okay, because space is very large. It takes time. But yep, we'll just continue on. While that's going forward, we'll just kind of check our systems to see how everything turned out. Obviously, we did take some damage, but it looks like our shields held up. Yeah, you can see the health on the right-hand side there. None of our systems took any damage, like of actual damage. Our shields went down a little bit, but we never took any damage. That's excellent. We don't have to really repair anything. We'll just get some more ammo and buy one of those little ships that we blew up, and we'll be set. But like I'd said, we have several of them. If we go down here to our sort of panel, you can see of my fighter bays, I have 2. Both ships are fairly similar. I think one is a gimbaled weapon, one is a straight on. But either way, I only have 1 extra pilot that can fly with me on this ship. So I just give them one or the other, whatever I'm feeling in that moment. But we have more than plenty to continue on, and we'll just repair that anyways. It does look like, though, as I look over here, our hull, just the hull of the ship, took 2% damage. Because it should be at 100. Let's do a quick poke through here again to see if I didn't miss anything. So I guess all of the modules and everything is fine, but our ship took just the smallest amount of damage, and that is okay. We'll still get it repaired. What I'm doing is I'm kind of just looking through the systems, just checking stuff. You know, when you're on a long car ride or a bus ride, really, you might look through your phone, make sure your emails are all updated, all that kind of stuff. That's basically what I'm doing here. Checking my modules, everything's still in good order. My fire groups are just the way I would like them. My ship and its stats and controls are all here. Of course, we could turn on the lights, we could turn on night vision, but night vision's kind of silly in space because it's still darkness. If I was in an asteroid field, night vision's really helpful, but not so much right now. Of course, you could also set your landing gear, your cargo scoop, all that good stuff. Inventory, I don't haul stuff on this ship, so empty. Storage, just a few things for my my character when I'm in first-person mode, energy shells, grenades, stuff like that. And then your system status. Since we're doing missions for this area, we should start to see additional status, like from cordial to allied to friendly, stuff like that. Who sort of runs the local power here? Looks like it's Yuri. I'm doing really good with the Federation. Empire, not so great. And Alliance, not so great. Those are the larger groups. Just kind of checking sessions. And then you can play your own music. Obviously, you know, if you're going to live that space trucker life, you might want it. Cool, so we are almost to Gitzenko Ring's station, where we'll get our money, which is great. Always nice to get paid for the hard work we put in, which actually, this was a really nice one. It went very quickly. So here we go. We'll drop out here shortly. And again, you can see on the left-hand side, you don't have to have an autocomputer to check this. It's essentially saying, yes, you are in line with it. Alignment is set. Your speed, you're going to want to slow down so you get a nice safe landing in this section of space. And then from a distance perspective, just how far away is it? Think of like that drop zone when you watch like movies and people are going to jump off an airplane. But here we go. And then once we drop out to disengage from light speed, we're actually in this instance of this area. And of course you can go anywhere you want out here too. I was just using this as a point of interest. So let's boost forward. We're going to dock with this station. We have to be within 7.5, so we are. Perfect. We'll slow down, let our docking computer take over the rest. And while that's happening, we'll do a stop and awe moment. And that's where I like to change the camera, look around, and just say, wow, look at my ship. Isn't this cool? And that might seem really silly, but I will say, like, for a game that, like, you sort of start with nothing, like no money, then you have to earn it all and make it all. I'm generally quite pleased with my ship that I have here. It's several million like credits, so it took a little bit of effort, and it's pretty darn neat to be able to like customize your ship. I kind of think of it like people that really like cars, right? This is kind of that same idea. Like, this ship has a manufacturer in this game's world, has a whole story behind it. Ooh, let's get down. And then you can customize it to fit your needs. So I chose all the turrets, I chose all the engine specs, the shields, like the little pieces, the details. And that's really fun. It's kind of like, you know, dress up your Barbie. But overall, I'm pretty tickled. At some point, I'd like to get a different coat of paint on it. I'm partial to sort of like the black color, and since I was in space, that might be kind of neat. So we'll see. Excellent. Okay, so we have now made it to our starport. We need to turn in our things. Before we do, I like to take care of our ship. Yeah, again, minuscule amounts, right? 2,000 here, that was 1,000, and like a couple hundred. For a large payout such as what we're going to get, the cost of effort was quite minimal. So we can see here we have that check mark for mission board. Little green flag. We go to the completed missions, and we're going to get 3 million. Now, but before we do that, let's go back, because we did see those bounties that we received. So we go to the administrative context. So this is kind of like the police and the fire and all that fun stuff. So if we scroll down to bounty vouchers, we can see we killed that guy, and he had a bounty of about 400,000. So we're going to go ahead and redeem that bounty, which is awesome. And then in addition to the mission, we also were able to get a bounty on this guy. So he had, some guy paid us to do a thing, but turns out he was also wanted by this station. So we're going to go ahead and select this mission. And then from here, we can choose how we want to be paid. It doesn't look like I can take these units because I don't have storage for them, but they would have given us basically materials. This game has a whole commodities system. Think of like stock market, buy and sell, buy low, sell high. Different stations sell different stuff, and then another station might buy it because they don't have it. Or something might be expensive in one and cheap in the other. You go to the cheap station, you buy it, ship it all over, and then make a major profit. You can kind of do whatever you want in this game. I just stay to combat, but if you want to make really great money, you get into commerce. But we do have two other options. So we can take some exquisite focus crystals, 5 of those. They seem to be quite rare. I don't do much with those things yet. I'm sure that's probably what I should be using, but I haven't spent a lot of time in like the engineering side of things. So I typically, when it's my choice, if I'm going to spend some time in a station, I'll maybe take a little less money for more influence. So that way I get better missions. But it looks like both of these, even this one, they're given the same amount of influence, and that's the star and then the outward arrows. So really it's just, I might as well take the cash and continue forward. So we're going to do that. Perfect. So we got some credits, our reputation increased, all the good stuff happened there. Now we can see we did take a hit. Pottery Gold Mafia, they aren't so thrilled. Our influence is not great. I'm not on their radar really, right? Like I'm still neutral. I probably, if I kept taking missions against their people, eventually they would take note, and we would have to probably deal with them more. Like they would knock us out of hyperspace, try to fight us. Even if we didn't have anything in our ship, they'd probably attack just because of what we've done. At that point, I either try to go for them, take them out as much as I can, or we just move on to another station, another system, a little further away where their influence isn't so strong. But it's great here because we're getting great allied missions, Federation's happy, and we can get a little bit more influence, which kind of gives us better missions and better deals on stuff. So we'll hit back. But essentially, that is how you make money in a combat mission. That's a basic mission structure. Before I guess I leave, I will kind of show you the other options. Of course, we looked at combat, but there's also transportation, like I referenced. Some people want you to take one thing from point A to point B. Some people want you to go buy stuff and then already have that and sell that to them. And that's where it kind of gets interesting, because you're not just getting that money, you're also getting the units that you sell in that space. So it can become quite profitable, right? Like here, 10 million. They literally just need something, right? Like if I had this stuff or I knew where to go get it, and there are systems online you can use, it's just in this station. I just have to bring that stuff here and you get 10 million. So that kind of stuff's really cool. Freelance is more of the illegal missions. Now, those can start to pay quite well, but it does mean you are going to make yourself either wanted in some station. You might take on some additional debt, stuff like that. Not really debt, but just you're going to make a name for yourself in the wrong way. I typically try to play a good guy in games, and then I go bad the second time around. Operations are kind of those like infiltration missions and do different fun things like that. And they usually pay reasonably well. But again, a lot of illegal stuff. And then support. If you just want to buy support from somebody, you can just give them money. Why would you do this? Some stations sell products or have things offered to you, but they only offer you the good stuff if you've already kind of gotten in their good graces. So think like politicians and businesses buy in favor. That's what this is. You can just buy your way to the front of the line. Hasn't really been a need of mine yet, but some of these, it seems like we could donate some money to prevent a medical emergency. Let's click it. Instead of physical rewards, completing this mission will just increase your standing with the faction. I'm essentially donating money, and I get a bunch of influence, or not really, actually. I'm gonna hold off. I think we're fine, but that's a neat way to do that too. And then Thargoid is the aliens that have started to invade the Milky Way galaxy. They're not present in this system, so there are no missions to concern ourselves with. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Do reach out if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything else I can explain in the best way that I know how. I'm sure there are better resources out there, but I hope this was helpful or informative, or at the bare minimum, didn't waste your time. Have a great day, evening, or morning, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Yay!